Welcome, welcome to the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast with me, Iona Mead, here at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona YouTube channel. And so in this episode of this YouTube podcast, hopefully my connection is good. I am in a different location. I knew that was going to happen. Oh no, no. Oh my goodness, I'm playing somewhere. Oh my gosh, hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Playing somewhere in the background. We may have to stop the podcast. Oh, I know where. There we go. We're good now. Okay. And we are back. There we go. All right. I had myself playing. I don't know how long that was, for a whole minute. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. You have to forgive me. I feel a little bit rusty. It's been a couple of weeks. It is New Year's Day. So happy 1st of January. Super excited. Actually, I wasn't that excited for this podcast. I had a little bit of resistance, and I'm going to focus this episode on resistance. We are talking about emotional freedom on Wednesdays on the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast. And every single Wednesday, we focus on our emotions and how that relates to our spiritual business success, how that relates to us, our light work, how that relates to our lifestyle, how it relates to us as we're showing up, speaking out, and serving deep. And again, I don't know what this setup looks like. It's new. I've just relocated, all the things. So it's been a couple of weeks since I have gone live. I did my spiritual 1 week to create a badass spiritual business vision board challenge, which was epic. The second week in December, and I was doing my lives then. And then obviously we had the holidays, and I relocated, and I'm like, okay, let me give myself a week off. Okay, I'm going to actually take 2 off, and this is just going to be a really nice episode for emotional freedom on the 1st of January, like start the new year. And I've just had mad resistance to today. I'm like, oh, I don't really feel like doing it. Might have something to do with me going out last night. How have you celebrated the holidays? Do you look forward to the holidays? They tend to be quite emotional for me. They were not as emotional this year, but they didn't really go according to plan either. And I want to talk about all those things today for emotional freedom. So, as usual, what I will do is I will walk through this episode for the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast in relation to 7 areas of our light work and our lifestyle. And that for me is what builds up a picture of spiritual business success, manifesting more light work and lifestyle balance. And so every single episode, I want to frame the podcast episode as like it's a spiritual life coaching session for you and for me. So I am streaming this out on the socials. I am streaming this out in the Soul Legacy Academy, which I'm the founder of. So if you're watching, wherever you're watching or you're listening on Spotify or Audible or whatever podcast platform, then welcome. And if you are a returning listener or viewer, then welcome. Drop me a comment and let me know if you're a student of mine. And so, as usual, what we do is we'll go through certain segments to make this podcast a practical one, and we will journal out. So this is my journal. I call it the Soul Legacy Journal. It's a notebook. It's a blank notebook. It's 365 days of your spiritual awakening story, my spiritual awakening story. Every single day, I believe that we're waking up and we're being more aware of what it is that we feel called to do, and us as souls having this human experience. I feel like we just shift our perspective every single day, and I wanted to have a way to record that journey, to journal about it, to self-reflect every single day, and invite you to do the same. This YouTube podcast acts as a way for me to hold myself accountable on this journey. Like, okay, I'm not going to show up today. That's the intention that I'd set. I'd give myself time. It's like, okay. And so I get to look back at my journey and what I was saying to myself. So what I did do today was look back to the last episode of Emotional Freedom just before the holidays, to recap and refresh what was going on for me then. And there was going to be this big relocation back to my hometown, all the things I say big because it doesn't feel big at all. So we're going to go through different segments so that we can set our intentions, we can visualize, we can rate our vibrational frequency, how we feel. I've got a book that I was listening to today. There was a podcast as well. I might bring that in. There's a card for today from Keepers of the Light. And we are going to express gratitude to raise our vibrational frequency together. So hopefully that sounds like a good episode that you would want to stay, you'd like, and you'd subscribe to the YouTube channel and maybe share this out. So journaling is just so powerful. I know I don't have to talk to you and tell you about journaling. Whether you journal consistently is another thing. I tend to use this as my video journal. So as I mentioned, I wanted to talk about resistance. So as we go through the segments, the first thing that I want to bring in, if you're new to me and you're new to this 7 Freedoms Frequency success, I believe that spiritual business success is about us noticing each area of our life and setting intentions for each area of our life and not leaving an area out. Yes, we might focus on a specific area that we want to manifest more success in or more light work and lifestyle balance in. But the 7 areas, I believe they're interchangeable and interwoven, and especially when we relate to our emotions, it's a reflection in each area. How we feel is what is going to be showing up and manifesting in our life, right? So the 7 areas, so this 7 Freedoms Frequency podcast to manifest more spiritual life and work balance and spiritual business success on your terms. The areas that I talk about is contribution freedom. On a Monday, I go live and I talk about how you're contributing in the world. So when we join the emotions around contribution, then it makes more sense of whether we're high vibing or low vibing around our contribution. And so health freedom is on Tuesday. Again, how you feel about your health. Emotional freedom is Wednesdays. How you feel about how you feel. I say that and it's like, what do you mean how you feel about how you feel? Like, how have you been feeling? Do you want to change it? Do you want to maintain it? Why are you feeling the way that you're feeling? Doing more of the same or doing less of, right? So just really checking in of how you're actually feeling. Your environmental freedom is Thursdays, relationship freedom is Friday, spiritual freedom is Saturday, and financial freedom is Sunday. And so I will say how I feel about each area of my life. And you'll say how you feel about each area of your life. And so what I have is a visual for us to see how we're feeling on each area of your life. It's called the Soul Legacy Wheel. And if you don't know about that, I share more on my 1 week to create a badass spiritual business vision board challenge and bank 50K in 50 days. And so it's about that light work and lifestyle balance, again, spiritual business success, and what is happening in each area of your life. So if you want to do the vision board challenge, which I love, I do it annually live on the second week in December at 7:30 p.m. UK time. I will leave the link in the cards, in the description, in the show notes, all the things for you. If you've done that vision board challenge, let me know if you found it lit, and let me know if you got all the way to the end, because this YouTube podcast will make more sense if you do the challenge and you know what you want to manifest in all of those areas. And then we can talk about how you feel and journal and visualize and set the intention so you're following through all throughout 2025, right? So that's the Soul Legacy Wheel. Now we rate our vibrational frequency in each area. So if you've done it throughout that week, the vision board challenge, you will know, okay, well, I'm either in soul funk or soul flow about a particular area. So you may or may not have done it, but if you have, then what area feels like more funk than flow, right? And then that's the area that you'll probably work on a little bit more. And how you feel about each area, and how you raise your vibration doesn't mean to say that that area of your life needs to change in order for you to feel a certain kind of way about it. In fact, for it to manifest, in order for it to manifest, before it manifests, we've got to feel in vibrational harmony with what the image of our life that we want to manifest, what success means to us. And so, what spiritual business success means to you, and that light work and that lifestyle balance, if you look at your life and you feel a certain type of way about it, that is not the way that you would feel if you've like smashed 2025 and you've got so much success, like manifesting, things are in flow. If you feel like those things have to happen in order for you to feel the way that you want to feel, it delays the manifestation and you're not in vibrational harmony with it, which is like a tire kicker. And I don't know why that is, but that's the way that the universal laws work. And when we find out the secret of how to manifest, then we know that actually the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast and rating our vibration every single day is a really, really great thing. I love it. I absolutely love this whole process that I developed for myself and I share with my students and I'm sharing with you. So hopefully you'll see the power in rating your vibrational frequency. And the way that we do it here at the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast and at Spiritual Business Success with Iona is intuitively just, and I want to close my eyes because I want to do it, but I've rated my vibration today already. So I want to invite you to write down your vibrational frequency. And so we rate between a 1 and an 11. Now, I talk about this on the 1 week to create a badass spiritual business vision board challenge and bank 50K in 50 days. So I won't talk about it really in great detail. And again, I'll leave the details for you so you can go through that. And so on day 1, I go into a lot of detail what this means. So we rate from between a 1 and 11. 1 is at meh. You feel like so funk, like you just feel like a cloud over your head. You don't want to get out of bed. You're not excited about life or a particular area of your life. You're not in that flow. You don't feel in alignment. You feel out of alignment and out of balance, and it's okay. 11 is like source is guiding me. I'm looking at the world through the lens of my soul. Like I'm not pushed and pulled by life. Like bring it, badass. You know, all those things that flow, like you're high vibing, you're just ecstatic. And the idea isn't to be high vibing the whole time. We know this. There is contrast. And I'll talk about the book that I was listening to today. For Anyway, rate your vibrational frequency. I have done mine and I've journaled about it. If you are a student of mine in the Soul Legacy Academy and you are in my bootcamp or in my mastermind, the Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint, Author and Authority Media Program and Mastermind, and the Soul Guided Millionaires in the Making, excuse me, Writers Mastermind Retreat, then you will have a 2-hour monthly coaching call called the Seven Freedoms Frequency Call and Gym. It's a spiritual life coaching session. It's not just business. We talk about business on our other calls, but this is where we get to focus on our life and our intentions. So I'd like for you, if you are a student of mine, if you're not a student of mine as well, do it, buddy up in the communities. But rate your vibrational frequency and add it up all week and then come to the 2-hour monthly coaching calls so that we can see how much flow you're in, what you are manifesting, celebrating, all the rest of it. And then I can coach you through setting your soul's intentions, right? So when you rate your vibrational frequency, what would it be? In order for you to manifest what is on your vision board, the vision, the life, like you have to learn how to raise our vibrational frequency. And we're going to do that with setting our intentions and gratitude, etc. today. So my vibration is at an 11. So I feel high vibing. Although my overall vibration is that there's things that happen and events and what have you, and you may tell yourself a story about them, which makes your vibrational frequency lower. But I'm not. I'm high vibing. I'm here with you. It's the 1st of January. I'm super excited. I'm going to talk about some of my daily routines and the routine that I have and the big planner that I've got to plan out 2025. And how doing the vision board challenge and setting my intentions has me really excited. And even when life events or things happen, that my focus is in that flow and in alignment with my best 2025 ever. Like, the year is just an amazing 2025 is the most amazing year already, right? So when you rate your vibrational frequency at the end of the week, we're going to add up the score, and you can have a score between 1 every day, which would be a 7, and an 11 every day, which would be a 77. So you'll score at the end of the week between between 7 and 77. And then again, for the area of your life that you're dipping, you're just focusing on one area of your life every single day, setting your intentions, setting yourself up for more success, and going with that flow and holding yourself accountable. And I can hold you accountable on the 2-hour coaching call. It's a bonus for my students. It's valued at $77 per month. I really wanted to get this call and this system intuitively. You know, when people say, I don't have time, I don't have, that's what we're creating, that life of that really, really busy life. And so, as well as creating passive and leveraged income streams and our coaching program and our retreats and our books and all the things that we want to create in our light work, we actually are addressing each area of our life as well. So mine is an 11 today. So we've rated our vibrational frequency. We've talked about the vision for your life. So I'm not going to go into great detail on that. But the things that I put on my vision board, I want to acknowledge and celebrate the success of things manifesting. So I put on my vision board just offhand. I just wrote a couple of notes today. I talked about a TED talk, and already in that last week. Well, yeah, it's last week now. It was the 26th of December. 3 days. I've got to go back and listen to the rest of the recordings, but there was a free training on a TED talk, and I was like, oh, wow, that's amazing. But what I did notice is, and I was talking about resistance. Bless me. What I did notice was that although we have these things on our vision board, we've still got to take that soul-guided action. It came into my awareness. I could have said yes, or I could have said no. I was on day 1. Day 2, I was on a date, and which was on my vision board as well. So it's like that balance. And then the lady said that she's got the recordings up till the 6th of January. So I know that I can go back and watch them. And so she gave us like a lot of detail about what's required for a TED talk and what have you. And so I've always just been really terrified, emotional freedom, terrified of public speaking. I'm like, no, I'm absolutely going to do it. Like, but what do I need in order for that to manifest, in order for me to be speaking on the TED stage? So when we set our vision, we've got to know that, yes, there's things that the universe is going to show us the hows and the way and present us maybe with a teacher or a mentor. But it's how we show up and how we meet that in the middle and how we take that action. If I don't take that action and I'm not knowledgeable about it, and I don't be in the same vibrational frequency of it, it's not going to manifest, right? And so on the training on the first day, the host was talking about start small. Like, I didn't even think of this. And she says, start small, start with speaking on podcasts. I'm like, yes, I've done that. Yay, this is what I'm teaching you guys to do. Start with Toastmasters, public speaking. And I was like, I had that on my vision board, and I actually emailed Toastmasters before that and said, in this new location. So I was like, oh, I'm going to relocate. I've got resistance around relocating. That's what I watched the last episode of Emotional Freedom Wednesday. I was talking about the relocation, and I was reading messages that I was sending to like friends and stuff. Like, I didn't want to do it. And then I realized in doing my vision board challenge and manifesting, it's like, actually, there are so many opportunities, so many things like the Toastmasters that I can get to, etc. And so I got an email back to go to one of the meetings. I'm like, oh, fantastic. And then I was like, oh gosh, I don't know what's going to happen on this meeting. So the guy said, oh, if there's any questions. So I emailed him back and I said, where are you actually going to be at this meeting place? And he told me, and I said, what's the usual agenda? And he told me, and I was like, oh, I feel better now. I know what to expect. Do you know what I mean? So whatever we put on our vision board to manifest our spiritual business success is just knowing, just taking one step and then the next step and the next step. So throughout 2025, and again, I'm looking over there because I've got my whole year, like a big, it's not a whiteboard, like a whiteboard calendar. And so I will put all of the things, I'm going to do that before the night's end. I'm going to put all the things so the meetings that I want to go to, see where things clash. And I know that meeting does clash with my mastermind office hours. It's like, okay, what am I going to do? How am I going to have a workaround? And say for the TED speaking, for the putting things on, and I did put the TED speaking on my calendar. And one of the things that I share, or the main thing that I share for living intentionally and setting your soul's intentions is, okay, well, we've got this thing on our vision board. Now we have to bring it into life, real life. So those are the two things, manifesting with flow and actually taking that action, actually finding out what is it that I need to do? Where is it that I need to go? The gym is on my vision board. How I felt about it, I was like, oh, okay, well, I don't really want to do the joining fee again. Let me manifest it. And my daughter was like, here, mum, you can go. And I was like, oh, like as a guest, I was like, oh, instantly it came. And I was like, no, I'm going to do it. So I joined the gym. I've got the free peach challenge and the tough mudder on my vision board. So I'm going to be putting those on my calendar. I know what month, July and August. So then I work backwards to leaning into, okay, well, this meeting is on this time. I did my walk today. I did 17,000 steps today. Just getting up and putting my weighted vest on, and I'm just, obviously it's New Year's Day, so it wasn't a crazy structure, but it's like, okay, when will I do my lives? What feels like a good time to do my lives? And I'm like, I'm going to do it later on in the day rather than doing it and breaking up my day. So what I would say is, what do you have on your vision board? What does spiritual business success look like for you? And what does that light work and that lifestyle balance look like for you? And I know for me, it's really knuckling down. I said to my daughter, it's not the people that I want to focus on, it's my goals. So it's not being attached to certain people, not having being attached to the outcome. And sometimes things fall away that you're used to in order for new relationships and new things to come about. Does that make sense? So hopefully, when you're thinking about your vision for 2025 and these 7 areas of your life, again, your contribution, your health, your emotion, your environment, your relationships, your spirituality, and your financial freedom, how do you feel about it? Hopefully it's not too scary. Hopefully it's a little bit scary. That's what they say. Have it be a little bit, it's going to push you out of your comfort zone. Do you have any resistance? What has happened in 2024? And one of the things I was listening to was Stephen Bartlett's podcast. And usually I'll listen to a book related to each area every day. So I'm a bit of a bookworm. So I'll talk about the book that I was listening to, but I listened to a podcast about it while I was walking, Stephen Bartlett, and he was talking about money. And I thought, well, it's not Financial Freedom Sunday, so this isn't the real material that I want to absorb today. And I was like, no, listen. And I was listening to it, and he was talking about passive income streams and stocks and all these things. Some of the things I knew, some of the things I don't know, some of the things I was reminded about, because I've got the goal again for the financial freedom. So I downloaded an investing app. I'm like, yeah, check. The things where you think, oh, I won't listen to that, or I won't go here, or I won't go there, those are the nudges, and listen to it. Anyway, the whole conversation, I realized how I felt about money, how I feel about my contribution, how I feel about receiving it, how I'm looking at my year. And I know that many of the experiences are going to require that energy exchange of money. And it's like, as light workers, as spiritual business owners, we resist it and have these money blocks, right? And it's like, okay, when you look at your year, let me know where you're watching from. And if you're commenting, I can't see any comments, but if you're on the YouTube channel, then I will see your comments and we can engage, and let me know if you're new to me or not, as I can see someone on here. And the reason why I do this live is so I can engage. We don't have to, you can just watch replay. But if you are on live, I'd love to see if this is making sense. It makes sense to me, and see if this is helping you for New Year's Day as well. So I noticed how I was feeling about money. So I just carried on listening to this episode and thought, okay, well, it's Emotional Freedom Wednesday, and I'm going to lean into this. So how do you feel about your contribution, and how do you feel about receiving money? Might be quite loaded for you, but if you're in spiritual business, you're solving a problem. There was loads and loads and loads. I wish I was writing down like notes from each episode. It was like a compilation. I can't remember I think it might have been the last episode that Stephen Bartlett put out for 2024. And if you're a fan of his, and many of my students are, many of my soul tribe love the books that I listen to, the podcasts that I listen to, and the books that I read or listen to as well. So let me know. And if you don't know who Stephen Bartlett is, he's just a genius. So anyway, the book that I listened to today was The Astonishing Power of Emotions. So again, I listened to something each day that's going to fuel and have me learn and have me change and shift my perspective on that area. So it was The Astonishing Power of Emotions by Abraham Hicks. And basically, they were talking, and I've got a couple of notes, and basically, and we know this, right? But just being reminded is just really phenomenal. So basically, we come to this physical plane, earthly plane, by souls having a human experience. And the idea, we knew, although we forget, we knew that we would have contrast. We knew that we were going to have this contrast to expand. And when we want this new life, this more expanded life experience, we are going to experience contrast, and we can either resist it. Maybe this is why the resistance came up to talk about today. We can either resist it or go allow it and flow in alignment. Now, the tire kicker is, if you do not feel good, if we do not feel good, that's an indication that we're not in alignment, right? It's not oh well, this circumstances has to change. It's how we think and feel about that circumstance has to change in order for that circumstance to change, because the thoughts we're feeling and we create and manifest, right, in that way. So I'm like, okay, nice reminder on the 1st of January. Fantastic. So let me know what books you've been listening to, what books that you are going to listen to, what books you're going to revisit. We do have the 7 Freedoms book club within the community in the Soul Legacy Academy. And again, if you are a student of mine and you're coming on to the monthly coaching call for the spiritual life coaching, then you can have a look at the books I recommend and then add any books that you recommend. I love listening to different books, and I'll just go over and over what I feel called to. And today it was The Astonishing Power of Emotions. And they were talking about the contrast and the joy, like having a life of misery or having a life of joy. And again, let me know if you're going to spend this much time with me and you're scrolling, stop scrolling and then journal with me. So yeah, basically that was it for that book. Right. So the next segment of this 7 Freedoms Frequency podcast, we've talked about the Soul Legacy Wheel so far. We've talked about your vision. Hopefully you've rated your vibration or frequency so that you can come back next Wednesday and rate about how you feel. And then you can see what's been playing out in the week, how the universe is really guiding you, what things are coming up, how you're manifesting, how you're being nudged, and acknowledge and say thank you to the universe. You know, when things don't manifest like full force, like fall out of the sky into your lap, and you don't necessarily notice or acknowledge and express gratitude, which we are going to do towards the end of this YouTube podcast, then we are not acknowledging the journey necessarily. And so we haven't switched on what they call the RAS, the reticular activating system, to look for more of those things and say yes to more of those things. So it's beautiful to break down from a Wednesday to a Wednesday and a Thursday to a Thursday, like step by step, leaning into the life that we really want to create, right? So the next thing that I want us to do, bear in mind the vision, bear in mind how you feel, bear in mind the year that you've had and the year that you want to put on your 1 week to create a badass spiritual business vision board. What intentions can you set? What soul intentions? And intentions aren't just like goals. They're like, what do you intend for the week? What do you intend for the month? What do you intend to experience over this next year in 2025? I love it. I love segment intending my day. I love setting intentions for the year, this or something better, whatever my mind can fathom, whatever feels really good for me, that feels like success, and then breaking that down. So I know by the end of 2025 what I want to experience, that or something better on my spiritual business vision board. So that when I'm doing my live vision board, again, the vision board challenge, in the second week of December at 7:30 p.m. UK time, Monday to Sunday, every single area, I know what I want to be saying. I know what it is that I want to be manifesting. So therefore, between now and next Wednesday, I'm going to take some action. I'm going to do the things. I'm going to live that life like that I want to experience at the end of the year. Now, I'm going to bring it in as much as I possibly can. Bring in the feeling, bring in the thoughts, bringing in the intentions and the actions of the version of Iona Mead who is experiencing that life already. Does that make sense? So my emotions are then in alignment, and it's not just living in the future, and it's not just visualizing and leaving it there and then going about complaining and being miserable like I don't have these things. It's living as much in a vibrational harmony and alignment as you can, experiencing your day today and just noticing and witnessing the manifestation. So my soul's intentions, I say set between 1 and 3 intentions around, say, your emotion. So this is emotional freedom on Wednesday. So how you want to feel between now and next week. Now, if you're like, well, I don't know, like it's obvious, I just want to be happy. What makes you happy? What lights you up? What drains you? What fuels you? Right. And so sometimes it's setting intentions to do a thing. Sometimes it's setting an intention to let go of a thing. Sometimes it's letting something in and allowing, and sometimes it's letting it go. So it might be one thing that you want to let go of, a habit, a thought stream, um, where it is that you're hanging out, like, or how you want to contribute, or your health, or your emotions. Like, okay, well, I feel this kind of way, but I know that it's because, say, of a relationship, or it's because, I'm not practicing like meditating, or I'm not eating right, or I'm not sleeping right, or my finances alone, I've not set any intentions for the year to actually make my spiritual business a success and actually exchange money with my soul clients and my soul tribe, right? What is it that you want to set the intention around? 1 to 3 things. And again, I've got a 2-hour monthly coaching call that I give my students, so that we can, every single month, you can be accountable, right, for the intentions that you set. I know it's so easy to drop off. One of the things that that really struck me today, because I don't set New Year's resolutions, is that it? I think that's what it's called. I'm not connected to it whatsoever. I'm setting intentions daily, and so by, I don't know, middle of January, most people have dropped off with their New Year's resolutions. Is that the right word? Whatever it is, the things that you set, you're like, I want to do this, I want to do that, and then like by the end of January, most people have dropped off. Can I get an amen? Right? So, for telling the truth, right? But when we are setting intentions and we're just doing 1 week, not a whole year, we've set the vision for the whole year, but 1 week at a time. So write down how you want to feel, how you want to launch your day, meaning when you get out of bed, how you want to lead your day, and meaning how you are throughout your day, and how you want to leave your day at night. And so definitely play your vision board first thing in the morning and last thing at night. Neville Goddard talks about living from the end, and he says about how powerful it is to visualize and to be in alignment with what it is that you want to create and affirming. Is this making sense? Because for me, when I woke up this morning, January 1st, I was like, Oh, yes. I know the year that I'm creating. I'm in the process of manifesting. So I did get up, although I had a hangover. I did get up, right? I brought it in, had loads of fun in the new year. It didn't pan out. It wasn't as my plan, my human plan at all. But I'd set intentions for it. Anyway, I got up, I did my walk, I put on my weighted vest as per me on my vision board. Those are the images that I have on my vision board. I know that I will be in the gym on Friday, right? I know I've set a class, I've set an induction because I've relocated. I know that when the classes come up each week, I'm booking them in. I've set reminders on my phone, like how I want to feel. I want to feel really good. So it's like, okay, well, if I'm working out, I know what I'm going to be eating. I already know what's good and what's not so good. Obviously, the alcohol is like, not, but you know what I mean? It's like, okay, well, how do I want to feel? What do I necessarily need to let go of? And for me, letting go, what I realized is I'm spending time on social media. I love like connecting, and I'm going to spend the time on social media, but more intentionally. Chatting, dating. I've been dating for the last 3 years. I'm like, okay, that relationship and that manifesting and speaking to someone and all the things. I'm like, okay, how much of it do I have time for it, and when in my day do I want to make time for that? Like, when in my day do I want to come live? And I've got set it at 11:11, but actually I'm going to push it back to an evening. It's like 6 p.m. for me, and I know that people around the world, that's probably better for them. I want to have the day, I intend to have my day flowing, right? So when I launch my day, I know for me how I want to feel. I want to already have had in the plan in my mind. I'm going to wake up and watch my vision board so that my day, I've got alarms, I've got my yearly planner. So living intentionally, this is what I teach. And so every 24 hours in the next 365 days, so we get back to January, are going to matter. They matter. They matter how you launch your day. It's not just the morning routine and meditating for like a hot minute and then not following through. As in spiritual business, we have a business. We have our soul clients to serve. We have being a role model, leaving a legacy, right? Like, and actually having fun along the way and gathering people to help and support you. So I have a beautiful, beautiful soul sister relationship, and many but in business and relationships in life, and and my daughter and my granddaughter, like having people around me that will lift me up and support me is important. However, making sure that my business and my drive, I've got my YouTube channel to grow, and I'm really happy that you're on and you're on with me and you're listening or you're watching on the replay. Like, thank you for being here and fueling me. My energy is just really high because I'm just like so excited about this year. I know that I get to create, whether we dropped off in the 2024 or not, like we get to start again, but we get to start again every single day. So write down the soul's intentions of what it is that you want to be doing between now and next Wednesday, and come back. So I don't even know what episode it is. This is episode 17 on the spiritual business success with Iona. So come back to next Wednesday, right? And so a note down, this is the episode, and I'm going to let Iona know I was on listening to this episode, and I'm going to come back. Obviously, tomorrow is Environmental Freedom Thursday, so I will be on live, but talking about your emotions and what fuels you, what you decide. You get to decide. You get to say, you know what, this is a life that I'm gonna go all in, badassery, like the badass 2025. I'm coming for you. Do you know what I mean? Like I've had so many ups, downs, roller coaster. I don't care. That I'm living from that end, and I'm lit up. Like, I'm in a different location. I'm in my mother's house, in my hometown. I was like, oh my gosh, my background, I've lost all awareness of all the things that are around me. It's just you and I connecting soul to soul. I love it. And so my intention is to bring a spiritual women over 40 in my new group together to collaborate. I'd love to have you in there if you're not in there, already to collaborate and cross promote and build our business and share what it is and how we make our difference, like all those things. So I've got intentions around those things as well. Let me know what your intentions are every single day. We're going to be setting new intentions, revisiting old ones, picking up from the things that we've not necessarily followed through with. And then say, you know what, that isn't what I wanted to manifest. That isn't what, because we try things on. It's like, actually, no, I thought so, but it's not. And being okay with experiencing what it is that you really want to experience, and letting go of the things that, like, okay, well, that I tried it on and I did it for a while. That's not the thing. You know what I mean? So anyway, I will get on my soapbox like forever. So let me know what your intentions are. And again, come to the monthly coaching call if you feel like you would find it of value to have me as your coach, just like fire in your belly and keep you accountable. And if you don't know how to get on that coaching call, you can leave a comment wherever you're watching or listening to this, but you can come to the soullegacyacademy.com and come to my masterclass. It's called the Spiritual Business Book Marketing on YouTube, and Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge. And my students who move forward in building their spiritual business, we actually, I gift that to our monthly coaching call. So book for the day, I talked about the book. Card for the day, Cow Grey, Keepers of the Light. What cards do you pull? Do you pull a card for the day? Some people, like, they can't get out of bed without pulling a card, right? So this is the card that I pulled for us today. It's called The Holy Spirit Expect Miracles. I'll read it. So it says, remember that only love is real. I cannot believe that you've been on here with me for that long and I can't see any comments. If you are commenting, I sincerely apologize. I cannot see anything. And if you are not commenting, why not? Why not? Are you shy? Okay. So remember that only love is real. There is no fear. Only love is real. Miracles will occur naturally. Spirit has your back. I needed to hear that today. According to spiritual text, A Course in Miracles. Do you know what? I've now actually studied the Course in. Have you studied the Course in Miracles? I actually haven't. I've got A Course Made Easy. And I believe that I'm going to set the intention to read that on Spiritual Freedom Saturday. Just let me make a note. Course in Miracles. All right. I'm just doing the book. Okay. I'm just making a note. Something says, listen to the book, Iona. So that is what I'm going to do. All right. Again, Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit meditates. I don't know if that's meditate or mediate. Meditates between illusion and truth. It's the essence that allows us to move beyond the illusion of fear, see, or the illusion that our fear has created. It's the holiest light of truth and love that we can experience as an aspect of our truest self, the self that's never separate from God. When it appears in a reading, prepare for the miraculous. So that separation, I know one of my soul sisters talks about Kyle Cease and his teaching. I wasn't really familiar with him. And she says that she loves it, that he says you're God's kid. Like, whether you believe God or not, whatever, you're the universe's kid, whatever. Meaning that you like its source. And so this YouTube podcast it's downloaded through me, guided by our soul, my soul, like having that soul to soul connection. That's just the zone that I live in. And so when we're not separate, right? We're not separate. Extended message. Expect the unexpected. Expect miracles. A real turnaround is possible now. Angels are dancing around you. Leave behind thoughts, memories, and feelings are no longer serving you. And remember the love that you are. Move into your heart and allow that love to shine out into the world. Then miracles can happen. So hopefully that you got that and it touched you here. And you allow those miracles because you are worthy, you are deserving. And if you've been feeling some type of way, like for the last year, it's a new year, new set, new day, new week, new month. Some of us are not blessed to have all of that, right? So I love that. Do you love that? Let me know. Let me know if you love it. What I am looking at is my notes to make sure we wrap up this episode. So we've done the vision board, we've done the rating our vibrational frequency, we've set our soul's intentions. My stomach's rumbling. We've done listen to the book, like expanding your consciousness every single day on even if it's one chapter, even if it's just like, I don't know, reading one paragraph per day or one page per day, with the intention of getting what it is, I'm going to sneeze, getting what it is that you need to get in order to move you forward. Like sometimes we don't know what we don't know, right? Hang on. We did the soul legacy wheel. We did all of those things. What have we got? We've got the note from the universe. So Mike Dooley has just been brought back into my awareness recently, and the notes from the universe. If you've not heard of Mike Dooley, he was a teacher in The C.H.E.E.R.S, and I read one of Mike Dooley's books years ago, and I'm sure that I'd signed up for these notes from the universe or the version of it. And so I've recently been reading these notes. So this is a note from the universe from Mike Dooley. Sign up for his mailing list and you'll get a note from the universe. And one of the things, just before I read this, one of the things that I realized is just how powerful, just words, just think the nudge, the thing, the universe is going to give you the download, how you hear what it is that you need to hear. Hopefully you've heard something that you needed to hear during this YouTube podcast, like one nudge, a memory or a confirmation. And just getting this email made me realize the power of me sitting here, setting my intentions, doing my journaling publicly for myself and for my students and for you, whether you're new to me or not, it's just so, so powerful. So reading this had me see, why I'm guided to do this daily. Some of my students are like, well, I don't want to do a live daily, but you journal daily or you drop off, you set the intention to journal daily. And so this YouTube podcast serves as like that message from the universe, right? Like that, well, okay, I've got you. I'm with you. I'm here for myself. I'm here for my students as well, in between the monthly calls. And I've made this my marketing. It's my YouTube podcast. I love it. And so this note from the universe, again, from Mike Dooley, it says Iona, because obviously you put your name in, it's an autoresponder. Iona, can you believe it's already January, that it's Wednesday again? That as you read these very words, somewhere in the world there are waves crashing, eagles soaring, lilacs blooming, and friends laughing so hard tears are streaming down their faces. And sometimes we think, well, I'm in the UK, so many of my audience are all over the world. And so sometimes we just think that like it's evening for me now, like that is what's happening everywhere. No, somebody's waking up, somebody's walking in a field, walking out in nature, somebody's in the ocean, do you know what I mean? Well, everybody should have had their new year by now, right? Like the new year came in at different times for people all around the world. It's beautiful. It says that your life has been changing so swiftly, that you're absolutely gorgeous inside and out. So that's for you. I got called like beautiful and gorgeous so many times yesterday. I was like, oh, wow. And I don't know, about 3 guys that were very young, younger than my son. My son would have been 29. And when I told them, they're like, wow. So 27, 28, they're like, what? They thought I was their age. I'm like, come on. I did look quite hot though. But you're gorgeous inside and out, right? It says that your new dream vacation home came so quickly. So whatever it is that you want to manifest, for me, it's my barn and going into Airbnbs, just really experiencing building a business, spiritual business success for me is that manifesting a business that is online and is accessible anywhere with an internet connection and has passive and leveraged income streams. And I was talking to one of my soul sisters the other day, and shout out to you because you actually download these podcast episodes. Thank you. She was talking about, I won't name her, she was talking about like her schedule and how she's doing some amazing things in the world. Really exciting. I was super excited to learn more. And then she said, but it felt busy. And I said, I don't really resonate with busy. It's like, no, I'm, wanting to create residual, like recurring income and leverage and stuff. And I'm really fortunate to have been nudged and to stick at creating that passive and leveraged income stream. It's amazing. And so having that vacation home was the point, was, wherever I am, I can be vacationing and my business just be running itself, right? And so the part of the note says that others who now want to help millions of people every day emulate how you did it. Exactly. That peace, love, and happiness are flourishing all around the world. Yes, Iona, I thought you would, the universe. So I absolutely think Mike Dooley is absolutely amazing. Just one note, just a simple note like that is powerful. And so again, hopefully that has helped you today. What we are going to wrap up this episode with is gratitude for the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast. Every single day we want to express gratitude, right? And we want to be happy. We want to be happy on a daily. And we want to appreciate the things that are coming into our life, our experiences. So the way that we express gratitude, whether I do it the Seven Freedoms Frequency way, is by saying I'm happy first and foremost. Like, if all of the things were to manifest in your life, 2025, you're in December, you're back on the Vision Board Challenge with me, and you're like, Iona, I had the most amazing year ever. Like, how would you feel? What would you be grateful for? It's that feeling. And so you say, I'm happy, I'm grateful, and I appreciate. So you're grateful for the things you've heard of, the secret and the gratitude. If you haven't, then like, where have you been? So gratitude is expressing gratitude, right? People have gratitude journals, etc. Oprah expresses gratitude, right? And 10 things or whatever it is. And appreciation, Abraham Hicks talks about, like, when you appreciate, it kind of cancels out the lack from gratitude. Sometimes you might say, I'm grateful for, I don't know, a new car, and we know that our car's beaten up or something like that. Like, I gave away my car, so it's not me, but like, it's appreciating is a deeper feeling. Like, I really appreciate you. Thank you. I'm really grateful. I'm really happy that you're here. You know what I mean? So we've got all the energies. So we say, I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate it. Now, I use my gratitude stone. So this is a love heart. I realize I'm blurry. A love heart, and my daughter gave me, and a crystal that my niece gave me. So I just anchor that. Like, it just feels good for me. Now you can write these down in your journal. And again, when you're coming to, if you are a student of mine and you're coming to the 2-hour monthly coaching call, the Seven Freedoms Frequency call in gym, then the vision board is going to make sense. Then these daily lives are that daily accountability. And then the monthly coaching call. Express gratitude daily. You know, like when you sign up for a coaching program, or you sign up for, or you're listening to a coach, or you're purchasing, or you've tried this and you've tried that, and you're like, that hasn't worked for me. It's because the other areas of your life, you're either not taking action in, you've not got the habits of success, or you're telling yourself stories around it. So I wanted to support my students and support myself in that overall, that whole, I started off as a holistic life coach for women. So I just kept that holistic version. So we say, I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate for the 7 areas in the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast. So today, again, is emotional freedom. So if you're not new to me, you'll know that I talk about contribution freedom on Mondays. So we're going to express gratitude for your contribution. Health freedom on Tuesdays. We're going to express gratitude for, I'm talking about it in case you don't know what I'm talking about. If you know, then bear with me. So health freedom, and then emotional freedom. And then Thursdays is environmental freedom. Friday, relationship freedom. Spiritual freedom on Saturday, and financial freedom on Sunday. We do not leave any area of your life out. And so on daily, we want to express gratitude for each of those areas. So every single day, we're raising our vibration just all in one. So we're raising our vibration and then we're expressing gratitude. So that's the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast, is like raising your vibration and collapsing the gap, the vibrational gap between the version of you now and the version of you that's manifested what it is that you want to experience on your 1 week to create a badass spiritual business vision board. You're welcome. So I'm happy and I'm great. I cannot believe, unless it's me that's on there. I don't think so. Are you actually on here and not actually going to say hello? Say hi. Say hi. Because people are like, she's got nobody on there. There is someone on here, I'm telling you. So I'm happy and I'm grateful and appreciate. So we'll go with contributions. So you can say this, you can write this out, etc. I'm happy and I'm grateful and appreciate contribution that I'm here today, that I'm able to contribute to you, whoever has listened to this and it's made a difference live and on the replay. I'm excited about that because, like, I had mad resistance to doing this episode to the point of I actually listen to Neville Goddard. It's amazing. On my YouTube channel at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona, I've got a playlist of Neville Goddard's teachings. If you ever have a day where you're like, you know what, I'm feeling they're amazing. And I fell asleep, had a nap. Abraham Hicks said, have a nap. I woke up, I was ready. Happy and grateful and appreciate that I'm here with you. Happy and grateful and appreciate my health. Oh, you go almost 20K steps today. That was walking home after my night out and walking this morning. So it's like 17K steps. Can I get an amen? I'm so happy and grateful and appreciate that. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate that. Apparently, I think I fasted today and didn't realize. I was like, yeah, I could fast today. I may or may not, and I have. Happy and grateful and appreciate emotional freedom. That I felt the resistance. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate my resistance and the contrast and listening to a book and knowing, hey, that resistance is normal. It's okay. Like, so what? You feel resistance. I let it stop me from showing up and doing the podcast anyway? No. Do you know what I mean? I'm happy and grateful and appreciate that. So I'm happy and grateful and appreciate my environment, being back in my hometown. I had mad resistance, mad resistance. And it's been amazing. It's been absolutely magical. Is it a week? Is it a week and a bit? I don't even know. Like, yeah, it's been a week and a half. A week and a half. Wow. Yeah, happy and grateful for that. Happy and grateful for this environment. So many opportunities and compassionate friends is something, a group that I emailed them today, all the things that are on my vision board, that environment are going to manifest in this hometown. So excited about it. Happy and grateful and appreciate. If for those of you who've just joined, I'm doing gratitude, right? Raising my vibration on this YouTube podcast, and I invite you to do the same. I'm happy and grateful for every area of your life. Even when things look funky, like you're in soul funk, you're like, everything's awful. Or this is not going right. We can find one thing to be grateful for. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate relationships. I've had the most epic week dating, talking to a specific person. There has been a dip, and I'm happy and grateful in that because I made a decision to be okay whether that transpires or not. And I'm like, oh, you feel like a badass. Like, I'm happy and grateful for all of the amazing conversations that I've had with this man and this amazing connection. I'm like, oh, manifesting my husband is going to feel like fun. So I'm happy and grateful for that. I'm happy and grateful. And again, on my vision board, I'm happy and grateful and appreciate spiritual connection, souls, that we are souls having a human experience. And I have awareness of that. I'm happy and grateful for that awareness. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate financial freedom. All the things that I've purchased, I left my phone charger wire at my friend's, and I was like, I am not even going to go get that. I just purchased one last night. I got bought a drink. I don't normally accept it, but I was at the bar, and the bartender's like, "Oh, she'll have a double." So I was like, "Oh, okay." That was really nice. So I'm happy and grateful, and I appreciate not only my money but other people's money. And listening to Stephen Bartlett today talking about money as he's interviewing, and he said that when you're in different rooms, like the passive income stream room, when you figure out how to create passive and leverage income, or when like you're in a room with billionaires, or you're in a room with, you're like, oh, and you've revealed something that you didn't know about money. And, you know, we could say, go get a job. or what have you, and we're building our spiritual business online. Can you remember the time when you didn't know that that was even possible? Like, for real. I was working in my summer room in my home. I had no idea what the online space was even about. So I'm happy and grateful and appreciate that. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate all the readers that purchase and read my book. It's called Spiritual YouTubers from Scratch. I realize I'm blurry. A soul guided influencer's compass to leverage your light work and lifestyle on YouTube. That is me doing that. And so I'm happy and grateful for that. So what I didn't mention is you can say, I'm happy and grateful and appreciate something from the past, something in the present, or something in the predicted future in order for your vision board, the 1 week to create a badass spiritual business vision board and bank 50K in 50 days challenge with me. And again, I'll leave the link in the cards in the show notes. If you haven't done that vision board challenge, I love it. It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun. But you can do it at any time of the year. I do it live at the end of the year because it's just a beautiful time to create it, and then I follow through. So saying that you're grateful for things that are in the future, my readership community, all of my subscribers. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, then why not? Please subscribe. Come and share this time with me. I would love to spend more time with you. And apparently my comments are broken because I don't see any. So that's it, I think. That's a wrap. And they say, don't say that at the end of a YouTube video because then people leave. But what I would like to say is thank you and Happy New Year. The 1st of January. I've really enjoyed this episode. I've been really up to, for somebody that had mad resistance to coming on to this live, it's just felt like flow. And there's been more people in and out of here than there probably has been on my podcast episodes. I do it live for a reason. And as I grow my community and I connect with you guys, it's just been amazing. So I would say I would love to support you in launching your day, leading your day, and leaving your day. If you resonate with me being your coach, go to the soullegacyacademy.com. There is what I call the global networking hub for ambitious spiritual coaches, earth angels, authors, and entrepreneurs doing their light work in the world. If you are doing your light work in the world, I would love to support you. I would love to collaborate with you. I would love to have you on our monthly call. We have a soul-led community of soul-guided influencers who are sharing what it is that they do. Now, I've just started a new community of women over 40 in spiritual business and network for that. Super excited about that and coming together and sharing what it is that you do, promoting your business so that we can actually say, you know what you do is valuable. I'd love to share it with my audience, sharing your free gifts, sharing your paid programs, sharing all your links, sharing your launch dates for your spiritual business, for your books, for your retreats, for your everything. Go to the soullegacyacademy.com, go to the global networking hub, and come onto the monthly call. If you have a spiritual awakening story to share and you would love to feature in my co-author book series, it's called the Soul Legacy Journal, Spiritual Awakening Stories of 365, a co-authored soul path to spiritual alchemy by Lightworkers and for Lightworkers. I have a weekly collab call on the every Friday, actually, apart from the last Friday of the month. If you'd love to feature in that, then go to the hub and you'll see. If you want to learn how to speak to, serve, and sign up your high-paying one-to-many soul clients and watch my masterclass, the spiritual business book marketing on YouTube masterclass and bank 50K in 50 days challenge, you'll find that in the hub as well. I've got one central place for everything for you. There's a lot of good stuff in there. The vision board challenge is in there. My movement marketing media kit challenge is in there about having the movement that is inside of you, like aligning your movement, your message, and your money, what you've got on your vision board for your spiritual business success and living an intentional life. All that stuff's on there. These replays, the daily lives are in there as well. What else do I want to say? So, yeah, that's it. That's it. Here's to showing up, speaking out, and serving deep. Share your gifts, shine your light because you are born to serve. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. If you are commenting somewhere that I don't know where it is, I don't think I can see Twitter, but this is on LinkedIn. This is in my Telegram group. This is in the Soul Legacy Academy. This is on my Facebook. This is everywhere. I do apologize. But come up to the YouTube channel and subscribe at Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. If you love this episode, I'm sure that you did. I'm sure you found value. Invite somebody in. Tomorrow is Environmental Freedom Thursday. Lots of the days are my favorite day. I'm loving this day because we get to build our spiritual business and we get to create the life that we really want to have in 2025 and visit the places that we want to visit and see the world and do all the things, but actually build a spiritual business that supports that and actually get out of our own way and market our spiritual business. This is me marketing. This is me just showing up, speaking out and serving deep and living from that end, living from that, you know what, here I be and here I am and here I am to support you. I think you're amazing. You've listened to me for an hour. Then you're a badass. All right. I will see you on the next episode. Binge watch this. This is in a playlist. Again, I will strip out the audio if you like to just listen rather than watching. But if you want to watch, then you can. Thank you so much. I will see you on the next episode. Big, 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 big love. Take care. Don't forget to subscribe.